fresh today.
Sarah Kingsley Foley makes it a point to buy fish when she does her grocery shopping.
Fish is important for our family because it's just a great way to get DHA and different nutrients.
She chooses fish that's low in mercury because too much of the toxin may harm the nervous system, making it difficult to think and learn. Much of the mercury in fish comes from coal-fired power plants. The emissions fall to the ground and are then washed into the waterways. Then it's absorbed by tiny organisms which are eaten by small fish, so the mercury stores in their bodies. When larger fish eat smaller fish, mercury accumulates and then builds up to high levels in the big fish. Dr. Rutherford Rose is a poison expert.
Small amounts of mercury our bodies deal with very well, but when it accumulates, it can be very toxic to multiple parts of the body, including the brain.
Dr. Rose says bodies that are still developing are at greatest risk. So young children, as well as women who are nursing, pregnant, or soon to be pregnant, should not eat any big fish like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, or tilefish, and no more than 2 meals a week of smaller fish like shrimp, salmon, pollock, and catfish. When choosing tuna, note that canned light tuna, which is the darker, cheaper variety, is low in mercury and can be eaten twice weekly. But the white tuna, albacore, or sushi tuna has more mercury and should be eaten only once a week.
Bring home the bacon, brother.
But what about the mercury in fish you catch in your local lake or river? If there's reason for concern, health departments post signs like this one warning fishermen to be careful when eating fish caught in these waters. You can also check the internet for state advisories. If no advisory is available, eat 1 meal a week of it and no more fish during the week.
If you're out in the middle of the ocean, I think you're in pretty good shape. In coastal waters, you probably have to be a little bit more careful. But you also it gets into lakes and streams, and if it's near a mining facility or a chemical plant, you probably have to even use more caution.
In addition to eating fish, many of us are also exposed to mercury here at the dentist's office when we get a filling. Amalgam fillings, also known as silver fillings, contain 50% mercury. But don't panic if you have them. The American Dental Association and the Food and Drug Administration say it's safe. So watch out if your dentist suggests replacing your silver fillings because of mercury.
I think the mercury fear or scare tactic is just unreasonable and criminal.
What do you mean criminal?
I mean, you go in and tell somebody they have to replace all of their amalgams with composite fillings. I think it's criminal. It should be against the law.
Dr. Boggs says silver fillings should not be replaced unless they're broken or leaking. Some vaccines contain mercury, although it's largely gone. Mercury was common as a preservative in childhood immunizations, but many parents believe it causes autism.
There's not been an association found in scientific studies. That doesn't deter people who think that they've been poisoned by mercury, and they're going to think that. And it's probably prudent not to have mercury in those products if we can avoid it. But at the same time, it's probably unfair to really pin mercury as a concrete cause of illness.
So mercury is a poison that's part of our daily lives, but it's important to separate fact from fear. Lori Johnson, CBN News.